Today we'll create PowerPoint cover page in Figma. I'll show you how to create this nice cover page step by step. First, let's create a frame. It's gonna be under presentation. It's gonna be 16:9 aspect ratio. Great. Now let's create a rectangle which is gonna have 100 pixel width and 100 pixel height. I'm gonna duplicate it top and bottom. I'm gonna do the same for the left and right. Now we're gonna add click Shift R and we're gonna add the guides in place. Okay, let's add it to the left and to the right. Let's add to the top and let's add to the bottom. Awesome. Now we can select these elements and delete them, because we want to make sure all these elements that we have on the page, they all have a consistent padding. Okay, first let's add our logo right here. I'm gonna call it a logo. It's gonna be a logo placeholder, which is great. Then you can also go right here and enable the vertical trim, which will align the font to the baseline. You can also do that, and then the font will be aligned on the actual top of the letter. Okay, which is great. Then we're gonna duplicate this copy, and we're gonna have our date right here. We're just gonna say it's gonna be date, then it's gonna be day, and here we're gonna add the date, then we're gonna add the month, and then we're gonna add the year. All right, great. Let's position it to the right. Awesome. Now let's select our copy and move it to the right. The copy size, so the text size is gonna be 144 and 102 align height. Okay, the first line is gonna be our regular font weight, and the other two is gonna be bold, because you wanna give a little bit of to make it more interesting. Because if we do gonna add it bold right here, we'll have no accent. Okay, because we wanna add the accent to the actual theme right here. Awesome. Let's make sure it's centrally aligned. Amazing. Then let's add our author and the social media. Let's add it, position it this as well to the bottom. We're not gonna add the baseline because this font right here, it's aligned very nice with the actual guide, so it's no need for us to do that. But let's keep it like that. Let's align it. Let's add the padding to 12. All right, amazing. Now let's add the background color, which, because I like it looks much nicer when you have a little bit of grayish color on the background. So I'm gonna add very subtle color, which is EC. I'm gonna click OK. Now let's create these gradients that we have right here. Okay, first let's select an ellipse. Let's drag an ellipse, and let's hold the click from the right, and just let's make this ellipse to this shape that you see right here. Okay, and let's shift it 30 degrees. You can see the shift right here. You can add the value and it will shift it for you. Okay, then let's move this color palette on the side. Let's select it. Let's click I, and we're gonna add first color, which is gonna be DE643E. Awesome. Then we're gonna go to effects panel. We're gonna add the layer blur. The layer blur, we're gonna add it to 250. Nice. let's position to the left, let's duplicate it, and let's add the second color, which is gonna be E86069. all right, and to this one we're gonna add the background blur as well, which is gonna be to 90. all right, and we're gonna increase the size of this ellipse a bit, right? We can do it like that, or we can also do is go right here, let's select the point from where we want it to start scaling. So let's add 1.5, okay, which is awesome. Let's do the same, let's duplicate it, let's add the third color, which is gonna be 99B5D5, and we're gonna disable the background blur. okay, we're gonna do the same scaling option for this one, which is gonna be, we can put it move tool, right, or we can just scale it up and down. okay, so I'm gonna add K and I'm gonna scale it the same values. It's gonna be 1.5. all right, I think it's too big, I will adjust it, but just want to show you how to do that through using those scaling options. okay, first let's add our blue gradient. Yeah, important moment is make sure you have clip content enabled right here, otherwise your shapes won't be added to the actual frame. okay, so let's make this smaller, let's add it to the bottom, and let's put it a little bit to the left. Let's make sure that it doesn't overlap the typography. We're gonna take care of that in a minute as well. Let's add the second one, which is gonna be the same on the bottom. Maybe we can shift the positioning a bit, just like so. Then we're gonna add this color right here, and we're gonna add it to the left, to the right, sorry. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna say select layer, we're gonna send it to back, okay, because you want it to be behind these layers, like so. Then add this to the bottom, we're gonna add this on the top, like that. Now what we're gonna do is go right here and select bring to front. okay, so make sure the gradients do not overlap. Let's make sure we adjust the container of the copy. The text is going to be up to here because we don't really want it to go all the way to the end. That's not going to look very nice. all right, cool. So it feels to me that it needs a little bit of opacity, so to reduce, so let's reduce it to 80. Let's reduce this opacity to 80 as well, and let's reduce this opacity to, let's keep it to 70, right? And let's add this on the top a bit, just like so, because this layer has a background blur. So what I really wanted is this background blur to kind of fade out these two other ellipses. This was the whole idea of adding the background blur to only one shape. okay, you can experiment with that and see how it will look on your mockups. Here we go, great. So I think we've added all the elements in here. Yeah, so now let's click Shift R and remove the guides. Let's delete the color palette. So now if you will look, this is our final design. Let's move this a bit on the bottom as well, because it feels to me that it takes too much attention. And this is a bit to the top. Awesome. This is how you create a PowerPoint cover page in Figma.